The pro-democracy protests in Egypt spilled into San Diego today. A rally supporting Egyptian anti-government demonstrators took place at the federal building downtown. It's the 11th day of the uprising. The crisis hits home for San Diegans with Egyptian roots. Amir Shabaik is a law student at the University of Southern California. His father immigrated to the United States from Egypt in 1980. Amir, thanks so much for coming.
Yeah.
You were in Egypt recently, just 3 weeks ago, weren't you?
Yeah, I was. I was there for winter break. I went over for a few days. My family was there as well. My mom and dad were there. My little brother was there. So just kind of, I took my wife. She hasn't been there before. Took her and just kind of visited the country. Went to Cairo. Went to Luxor and Aswan. So
anything different? Was there any sign that this was going to happen?
That's the funny thing. I mean, I never really imagined. I remember when I got back, someone was asking me, "Do you think what's kind of happening in Tunisia would ever occur in Egypt?" And I was just like, I just couldn't imagine it happening. Especially I was there 3 weeks ago and just seeing the situation. People were just worried about, eating and sort of going along with everyday life. Life was tough, but I just never imagined it could get to this level.
Yeah, but those are the reports we're hearing. We're hearing that life got so tough that people finally said enough is enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely one of the reasons why, these protests have occurred. It's just that these things have been going on for so long. It's not like just now, 30 years into Mubarak's regime, that all of a sudden it was kind of the tipping point. I think it just sort of, that's why, I mean, it was always there. I've been to Egypt many times, and it's always been there. The poverty has always been there. The tough life has always been there. So there wasn't anything to indicate that now, all of a sudden, there was something that sort of, would get him over to that tipping point to sort of start these rallies and protests.
Your brother is there now. He's studying Arabic?
Yeah, my brother's there right now studying Arabic.
What is he reporting? Is it difficult for him?
It's been difficult, obviously, just because of stuff that has been going on, but he's there with my family. Their spirits are good. They're happy to see that the Egyptian people have, taken it into their own hands to sort of see change in their country and to hopefully see positive change in terms of what we were talking about earlier, in terms of the tough life and people not being able to find jobs, people graduating college and then ending up working in gas stations, whatever it may be, the corruption, police corruption, torture, political prisoners being put in jail just because of what they say against the government. So I think all those things put together.
So it sounds to me as though you are in favor of this uprising.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel that any people around the world have the right to sort of band together and stand up for their, globally recognized human rights to have free and fair elections, to be able to voice their opinions, to be able to stand up against their government without being, afraid of being thrown in jail or tortured or even killed, as we have seen with some of the protesters lately. So I definitely support their right to do that and for them to demand a change in the regime that has not provided the services for them over the past 30 years.
Well, what is your concern, however, that any kind of uprising, whether it be this uprising or any other, is going to result in more bloodshed, more disruption for the country?
I mean, that's definitely a concern. We saw it, especially not last night, but the night before that, where a lot of pro-government thugs, not even necessarily pro-government, but there was a lot of reports that a lot of them were paid to come harass, pro-democracy protesters. A lot of them were from the Interior Ministry. A lot of them were the police that sort of, just happened to disappear off the streets, and then they came back to harass these people. So, I mean, a lot of that is sort of what we saw, and you sort of see it as a result of what's happening now.
Okay, so you say you still have, you have family there now. Yeah. Right now, is there a sense that things are calming down or getting worse as this is Special Friday? This is the Friday when Mubarak is being asked to leave.
There is definitely a sense of hope. I did talk to my brother this morning, and he felt like today was the day where Egypt has changed. There was a huge turnout in terms of the protest today, even before Friday prayers. There was a huge turnout in Cairo, in the central square, Maidan Tahrir, Liberation Square. There was also a huge protest in Alexandria. That's what we have footage of. There's been reports of other protests around Egypt. But I think just because of that turnout, after the events of the previous night where people were killed, people were harassed, journalists were attacked, no one had really any impunity. People were just going sort of crazy on people to sort of kind of crush their will. But it didn't have the desired effect that the government wanted. So obviously that huge turnout provided hope for a lot of people and inspired a lot of people.
Well, thank you very much, Amir Shabaik.
You're welcome.